Almost 3 years ago, I made a video about the Battle Pass being very unsustainable. It was 4 vehicles 4 times a year on top of the event vehicles and update vehicles being added. You can go watch that video, which should be linked in the description or somewhere on your screen for the full video where I say they will eventually run out of vehicles to add and they're going to resort to some really questionable choices to keep the Battle Pass going. But Gaijin didn't listen, so for the past 4 Battle Passes, they've really put out some stinkers. Okay, maybe the M55176 was a fluke, because that one was really good. But the rest weren't very good. The HE177 didn't need to be a separate vehicle. The Kungstigger in the Swedish tech tree is very controversial. And the other vehicles like the Flagstaff and the Mariner are nothing but hanger queens. What I mean by that is that if you don't absolutely need the premium bonuses on those vehicles, you don't use them. There are better alternatives to them in the tech tree. So now a new Battle Pass season is coming, and what do we get? A Thigh Helldiver and the fucking French M46. Now that Gaijin can't repost the P51 for the gorillionth time in a new tech tree for the Battle Pass, they're just going for the other American vehicles that you can copy-paste and put in another tech tree. Look, let me ask you. Do you think the SB2C is worth like 2000 GE? Because let's be honest, as much as Gaijin tries to justify it that way, 99% of the reason why people play the Battle Pass is for the vehicles. So that's really the only reason they're putting up the 2000 or 2500 GE, not because you can get some decals, some profile pictures, backups, boosters, or silver lines. So, is the SB2C worth 2000 Golden Eagles? My opinion, it really isn't. Decent cast, and funny enough, a decent turn fighter. But in the Japanese tech tree, what's not a decent turn fighter? The B7A2 is a decent cast and a good turn fighter. And we've actually had a B7A2 in the Battle Pass. So putting the Thai SB2C as a Battle Pass reward defeats the last justification Gaijin has for Battle Pass vehicles. That they help players grind out new tech trees. Because between the A6M6C, the B7A2 Ryusei, and this one, the A6M6 is the best grinder for the Japanese tech tree when it comes to Battle Pass vehicles. And if you want to use it in a close air support lineup, sure. That's the only reason for the SB2C existing. But again, is it worth 2000 GE for a cast plane and you actually grinding the Battle Pass? When you can just grind the actual tech tree B7A2 for what, 1/10th, 1/50th of the time you need to finish this Battle Pass? So in the question of whether it's worth the 2000 GE, that's a question you have to ask yourself. Now how about the French M46? Why in the world is it a French M46? So what's next? Italy getting it? They were in service for about 5 minutes in France and Italy before the M47 was transferred to them. Apparently that justifies an appearance at that nation's tech tree in the slippery slope of criteria that is War Thunder. I mean, alright, whatever. If we had the Swedish Mi-28A and the T-80U in the Swedish tech tree that they didn't actually use, they didn't even crew it. Sky's the limit. The M46 is also a stupid idea for France in terms of gameplay because guess what? France has only one 7.0 vehicle, the AU-F1. No 7.0 cast as well, so building a 7.0 lineup for France is an exercise in futility. It's not like the Leopard 2A4 NL at 10.7 where technically with a backup you can make it work. No, the M46 needs a lineup for you to grind effectively. You can try and up-tier the 6.7 tanks to 7.0, but are you really keen on taking the French M26 Pershing to a lineup that can possibly face 8.0 vehicles? I'm sorry. I should have taken a day to process this. Like, holy shit, I visibly got mad in the vent channel I made in my Discord because this is probably the most insulting thing I've ever seen in the game. I usually don't mind the usual stupid shit Gaijin tries to pull, and you guys know that. You've accused me of being a shill. I understand why you'd think that, because I let Gaijin's bullshit pass a lot. But I only do that because I think they could balance it out with some really good content at some point. Like, last year, 2024's updates were bangers. None of them were duds. Even Firebirds was not a dud. Dance of Dragons was pretty good. Seek and Destroy was pretty good. Alpha Strike was pretty good. And Storm Warning is very good. Even if you could tell that it was pretty rushed. I accepted that because, you know, I accepted the awful battle passes last year because the updates were pretty good. But now there is no update good enough with vehicles good enough that could probably make me forget that Gaijin tried to push two copy-paste American vehicles in two different tech trees as a 2500 GE, 2000 or 2500, whatever, battle pass. You cannot make me forget that. I really didn't think they could pull this off. Holy shit. I should have taken a day to cool my head. Rationalize this. No, fuck me. Mate, I fucking hate this battle pass. I hated the previous battle pass, but I thought Number Mansk had its merits. It was a pretty funky light cruiser you could play, because I played the Detroit. It's a pretty decent light cruiser. So if you put that in the Soviet tech tree, paired with the better 5.0 destroyers from the Soviets, yeah, you can make it work. But this, what the fuck is this? The SB2C for Japan at 3.7. I don't know. The M46 for France at 7.0. What the fuck? Dude, there's no France 7.0. Oh. All right, let's just move on. Let's just move on. Oh my god, there are visible veins popping on my forehead. Oh, I'm getting a stroke and an aneurysm at the same time. Okay. The battle pass was a good idea in theory, but when you're drawing from a finite well of vehicles that is really close to drying up, you're gonna have to call weird choices to keep it around. Now they're loot boxing old low tier rewards and event vehicles for the battle pass just so they can say technically there's a third vehicle waiting for you in the battle pass. So if we're making weird choices, why not go full send with it? If you're loot boxing old BP rewards and event vehicles, why not add store premiums from ranks 1 to 2? And when I say store premiums, is the in-game store where in the tech trees with the GE? I should have said GE premiums. I'm sorry, my brain is not working today because Gaijin's brain is not working all the time. I'm pretty sure people would appreciate vehicles like the Celere Sahariano or the KI-44-2 with the 40mm shotguns if people got them in the battle pass instead of trying to just wait for people to buy them. Nobody's going to walk up to the Celere Sahariano and pay for it unless you really, really like that vehicle. Same with the KA-44-2. There are better alternatives in Rank 2 Italy and Rank 2 Japan that you can buy with your 1000 Golden Eagles, and that's not the Celere Sahariano. You have the Panzer 3N. Panzer 4G. I forgot right now, okay? But, yeah, there are better vehicles. Yeah, the War Bond Shop, yeah, has a selection of low-tier and mid-tier premiums available for purchase for free, but buying from them is a nightmare because you need 15 special tasks completed and at least 2,000 to 3,000 war bonds. It's far easier to just get a select premium as a first vehicle reward. Also, if you're really out of vehicles to add, why not recycle old BP rewards? I'm sure there are battle pass seasons that players skip and would like to have the vehicle from there without breaking the bank trying to purchase it from the marketplace, So putting up cool vehicles like the F2G, T10A, EBR, and the like as rewards that you can turn into coupons, mind you, so that it doesn't disrupt the market, would make the battle pass slightly more attractive. Another thing the battle pass needs to work on is the max rank of the vehicles being offered. When the battle pass started, the highest rank for tanks was 7, aircraft was rank 6, and ships were rank 5. And the battle pass offered vehicles up to rank 5. Yes, even ships. I still have the Voroshilov, whose modifications never go on sale ever because it's the only non-premium battle pass vehicle added, because it was rank 4 when it was added and the top rank for ships was rank 5. Now aircraft is at rank 8, tanks are at rank 8, and ships are at rank 6, but the highest rank they're offering for the battle pass now is rank 4. The last time they offered a rank 5 vehicle in the battle pass was the 90mm AIM X50. In my opinion, so that they can get more vehicles, instead of sticking themselves to rank 4, they should expand to rank 6 aircraft and tanks and rank 5 ships at most. This way, vehicles that aren't worth being GE premiums can still be decent add-ons to the lineup. For example, there's the T95E2, which is the T95E1 but slightly worse since it uses the 90mm of the M48, thus removing the APFS DS round. UK can have the FV4401 Contentious as their counterpart to the T55E1 Bathtub, but at a higher rank. The Battle Pass reward could have the 84mm 20-pounder gun, and the Tech Tree counterpart can have the L7 version. USSR can have a bunch of stuff actually, like the BMP-1PG, which is a BMP-1 with the 1P upgrade, which means it has the Saklos ATGM and the extra grenade launcher. Generally just stuff you can put in a lineup that you can use to grind without demanding a stupidly high GE costs. It's not broken, but it's not useless either. And in terms of unique vehicles, if you really want unique vehicles that can't be offered up as event vehicles or premiums, there's the AMX-13 modified with the 60mm HVMS gun that the Obel has. Or, hear me out. For the ultimate prank, Germany gets the Israeli M51, but it's the Argentinian Sherman Repotentiado. It's the same gun, but it was used by Argentina. It used the same ammo. Anyways, all I'm saying is that there are many ways to make the Battle Pass viable. Giving better rewards is a start. 2500 GE should be worth more than 2 copy-paste American vehicles. I've personally paid for all Battle Pass seasons except for the last one, and I don't think I'll pay for this one as well. I love the T10A, I love the PT7657, the BV155, the Centurion, and the EBR. What I don't love is the copy-paste SB2C, the Murmansk, and the HE177. I don't like the other ones too, like the Swedish P51. I think it's called the J26 David, I think is what they call it. I don't like it. But the rest of that Battle Pass was pretty good. You don't have to choose between vehicles that help players to grind and vehicles that are unique. Simply, why not just add vehicles that are fun to play, and because they're premiums, people will have fun and still grind the trees eventually. This Battle Pass is an L, Gaijin. I can't believe I even tried to be sober making this a video. I should have just been drunk again like my last video. But anyway, thanks for watching. I'll just go and grind the Shear 2 and get drunk again. Godspeed.